Hello, welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, happy Wednesday, hope that everyone's having a good week so far. Hope everything is going well. For those of you who are fans of Champions League football, hope you've been enjoying both Arsenal's win over Atletico Madrid yesterday, as well, and congratulations to them. One of my best friends is an Arsenal fan. And then today is the big PSG versus Bayern Munich. I actually have not looked to see what the final score was, to be completely honest. So let's take a quick look at that while I am thinking about it, because I am curious as to who Arsenal will be playing in a few weeks. Does ESPN care? Is really the key factor here. It does not appear so. It does not appear so, no. So, let me do the following. PSG versus, oops, that's EAG. That doesn't really do me any good, now does it? There we go. PSG versus Bayern. It tied 1-1. And that's right, PSG won. It was either 5-4 or 4-3 in the first leg. So it finished. That's a shame. I was really rooting for Bayern to be in the finals. I thought Bayern finally had the team to get them there and to win it. But apparently, I was incorrect. So it looks like PSG is going to their second final in a row. And they're going to be playing Arsenal. That's going to be an interesting game. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it takes place in Istanbul for the first time. I don't remember the Champions League ever being in Turkey before, so that'll be interesting. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. It's almost always it's either the last week of May or the first weekend, last weekend of May or the first weekend of June. Because the Premier League season, I think, ends. We've got 3 more weeks. We got 3 more weeks. So the third week of May, so it's probably the first weekend of June would be my guess. So I'll be watching that. I'll absolutely be watching it. And if my buddy Jeff wants to get together to watch it together, I'm more than happy to do that and root him on. I like PSG. I do. I'm specifically a fan of Mbele, but as a number 10. But I don't know a lot about the rest of that team. They're not made up of stars, so therefore you don't necessarily hear about anybody other than Ousmane Dembele. Dembele? I can't remember how his name's pronounced. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I know it's Ousmane. It's definitely. I think it's Ousmane Dembele. Maybe it's with a D. In any case, he's phenomenal number 10. Somebody I wish I had on my team. In any case, that's enough about Champions League football. We are going to jump back into our modded run of Satisfactory this evening. I already have a list of things to do. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and jump back in, and we can write those down. That's not... What is it? Isn't it Shift Tab? Open up the Steam... I thought it was Shift Tab. Oh. Let me see if I actually have it enabled. Oh, I hit the wrong buttons. I know what I did. There we go. Yeah. I want to bring up... Nope, that's guides. Notes. Here we go. So let's put that right here. Close this. Close this. Okay. So... How do I rename this? Oh, in any case. Alright, so we're going to modernize copper. We didn't get a chance to touch on that last time. We did modernize iron. We modernized... you all are not seeing the overlay, it doesn't look like. No, you are. Oh, I see why. Never mind. Okay. We got to modernize iron to a degree. I need to redo it. But unfortunately, I don't think I can redo it the way that I want to until I unlock some things in the Awesome Shop, if I remember correctly. But modernized copper, that's definitely number one. We want to get the chainsaw so that I can start chopping down trees. I also want to go back to where the pink crystals are. I can never remember their name. It's not Solomon. It's something along those lines. Anyway, and I'm going to need a chainsaw to cut down those mushroom caps. So chainsaw, modernized copper, and then farming. Those are the big things for this evening. If we can get those three done, now the thing about the farming piece, which is one of the mods, the farming has to be unlocked, and I think it's in, I don't know, tier something or other of the first major phase. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll see what it is that we need to unlock that. But those are the three big things for this particular evening. I am not necessarily going to be streaming for a long time tonight. It has been a very, very long and taxing day. I have had to be what I call on the majority of the day because of the types of meetings that I've been in. And that, it's not how, sales guys, and I was part of sales organizations for a long time, as a sales engineer, I guess is what you would call it, even though that was never our title. When you're in front of customers all day long, you have to be on. You have to be in the perfect frame of mind the entire time. You cannot let yourself really veer away from that in any way, shape, or form. And I felt like I had to be that way today as well. Tomorrow is going to be a very relaxing day, and I did want to try and push stream to tomorrow, but unfortunately, this weekend is Mother's Day here in the United States, so because of that, I already had plans on Saturday, so I'm going to be streaming Friday, of course. I think it's Saturday, and then Sunday. Assuming that we're getting together for dinner on Saturday, then I will not be streaming on Saturday. I'll be streaming on Sunday, and of course, we'll be streaming more of Clear Up Sierra Expedition 33. So, let's go ahead and jump back into Satisfactory, and I am going to pin this here, and then we're going to, there we go, and there is our nice little checkbox, and I don't know if I'm able to do anything with it or not. I don't think I am. Okay. Okay, so step number one, we need to find out what are the requirements for the chainsaw. Chainsaw. We need 25 iron bars. Got that. 160 screws. Don't have that. I need some more wire and 5 reinforced iron plates. Alright, so I'm going to need... Actually, hold on. 5 reinforced iron plates. I need another 60 screws on top of the 40 that I have. So I'm going to need 100 for that. And what was the number? Shit. And 160 there. So I need a total of 260. Okay. And then I also need some wire. Alright, that's concrete. Alright, let me go over here and grab stuff. There's 166. Not quite. All right, we'll let that run. Let me go over here to the copper. All right, good. We'll grab that. That there. Let's go make the necessary wiring. I'm just going to get myself to 100 and stop there. Okay. So there's that. We got wiring. I need screws. Okay, freighter's re-entered. I'll figure out what we're going to focus on later. Let me go ahead and grab those just so that I have them. Alright, this is 214. I'm going to go ahead and grab this now. That should be all that I need. We'll go craft the 5 reinforced plates. And then we should be able to get our chainsaw. Now, I did just remember something. I also want to do solid biofuel for power. That's going to require a complete change of the way that our power is being distributed. So that'll be something else that we're going to have to work on as well. Okay. What is this? What are these 2 copper mines over here? I don't think I've actually looked. Okay. Pure and pure. Holy crap. We have got so much good here for iron. We've only got the 1 vein, though, for copper, unfortunately. Okay, I need 5 reinforced plates. Okay. That should be all that we need for the chainsaw. Yep. Excellent. We have a chainsaw. Now, I need fuel. This is where the solid biofuel also comes into play. So what I think I'm going to do... I was actually thinking about this a little earlier. The way that this works, we look at the recipe, is solid biofuel requires biomass. It doesn't care what biomass, it just requires biomass. So right now we're producing 2 different sets of biomass, one for wood, one for leaves. I want to continue that, but then I want to merge them together into 1 container of biomass, and then feed all of that biomass into whether it's 1 or 2 biofuels. So I think I'm going to actually tear all of this down so that we can actually move backward towards this wall and get away from the hub as well as away from the concrete. So let's do the following. Actually, the better thing is to do it over here. Okay. Probably going to need to redo all of this. Actually, I know I am. Where's the... Zoop, there it is. Okay. Wood's easy. There's not a lot of wood here. So let me take this one down first. And I'll put it right here. Okay. This is then the leaves. So this one's going to have to wait. Let's go ahead and get this one running first. Please tell me I got it going the right direction. Alright, so this is going to be wood, biomass. Takes in 60 per minute, produces 300 per minute of biomass. That's fine. Okay, that's fine for now. Let's go ahead and get this one running. That's going to put a thing there. Hold on a minute. Where's the box of all the leaves? Well, okay. Alright, this is biomass leaves. Okay. And then I'm going to place this right here. Okay, now these two are then going to get fed into a merger, like so. There we go. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay. And this is going to get fed into... This is where things feel a little weird for me because I'm not 100% certain. One single... Well, hold on a minute. These are both producing... Yeah, they're both producing 300... Nope, this one's producing 60 per minute. I still want to know what the hell happened to all the leaves that were in that storage. Oh, crap. Alright, I guess I'm going to just have to put... like that. All right, real quickly, I want to drop a couple of things off in here. That's iron. Oh, there's more wood. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then I'm going to want another production here. Except for I need reinforced iron plates first. Now, it's going to get throttled because it expects 120 per minute of biomass, but my belts don't support that yet. So, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. It is what it is. Okay, so that's that, that's that. And then this is going to produce solid biofuel. This is where I think... Alright, neither one of these are... Okay. That is still producing... I know what I'm going to do. This is going to produce 60 per minute. But these only take... Actually, I don't know what they take. They're taking 10 per minute of biomass. It's probably less than for biofuel. Did I? I did. Okay. That one can easily feed. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to run this into into a splitter here. Like so. And then run it Actually, let me make sure. I'm going to keep this in my inventory. That way I can get the burners up and running. So then what I think I'm going to do is put another splitter right here. Oh, I did a merger instead. like that. And then do the same thing down this side. Alright, so here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to go ahead and cut off everybody's power is now cut off. And that's fine. Okay. God damn it. Okay. Oh, I just realized something. I screwed this up. Nope. Okay. Alright, that gets them working. Excellent. And then this is going to collect biofuel while they're using up the biomass that I'm putting into them. Alright, I'm actually going to need... like that. And then one more power. Like that. Like so. And then this is going to go there. Ah, crap. Okay, no, it's not. This last one is going to go there. I will be so glad when I can unlock... There we go. Okay, so copper is now back up and running. Iron is now back up and running, but I'm going to need more biofuel or more bioburners. Alright, so we need to do the same thing here. Ooh. Did I just put down the wrong thing again? No, that's a splitter. I may need to do this a different way. Yeah, I'm going to need to do this a different way. I may also need to move my hub. Damn it. Too close. Oh, I know what I can do. I can turn it. And put... because that tree's coming down here in a little bit anyway. Okay. All right, now we just need to get these connected into power. All right. Let's put you there. There we go. All right, that feeds the entire grid. Okay, let me take that. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to grab you, put you in there, turn you back on. Do the same thing here. Oops. You in there, turn you back on. Okay. Now I've got 52 solid biofuel. We're running at 180 capacity. I'm only producing 20. Way more than I need. And that's fine. Okay. That was pretty cool. That was fun to see. All right, let me go put this wood in. I'm curious as to how much wood that actually produced. That's leaves. 20. All right, so I definitely need to get some more wood. Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to have to take all this down anyway. Because if we're going to use these two iron deposits over here, I'm going to need the space. Okay. All right, let's go put this all in. Except for I just put in the wrong thing. Okay. In the meantime, let me grab all of this. Just to clean it up. Okay. All right, now that that is done, we've modernized our power. And when I say modernized, I mean we're getting a bigger bang for our buck by using solid biofuel. We're still taking... Oh, that's right. It's still on biomass. I forget what the biofuel conversion is. It's 10 per minute for biomass, 4 per minute for solid biofuel. Oh, we turned off concrete. Okay, we do need to bring concrete back online. Alright, so... Let me put... you there. Like that. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and take you down. Wow. Okay, it took both of them down. Didn't mean to even do that. I have it on swipe mode, which is why it did it. Alright, now, if we're going to modernize... copper. Okay, this is producing 120 per minute. We're only consuming 30. So I can immediately split this into two. This one is creating wire. Or copper wire. I also need to create cable. So, with that being the case, let's go start this process. Actually, let's just do this. There we go. And we'll do that too. Okay. And let's clean up back here. Whoa. No. There. So what I'm going to do here... I forget. How do I switch to E? There we go. Like that. Okay. And then... like that. Okay. Obviously that's copper. Now, because of the way that this is set up, what I want to do is then create the copper probably right here on the flattest part of the ground. Nope. And we're going to want... Is it? This went... No, it went into smelters. Yeah, it had to go into a smelter. So I'm going to want 2 smelters. Do I want it going that way, knowing that the iron is over there? Or do I want it going this way? I think I want it going that way. Alright, let's do this then. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is put... No, it's a splitter. like that. And trust me, I understand that I'm producing more copper than I can use right now, as far as ore is concerned. But that's the problem that you deal with this early in the game. Alright, so there's that. So what I think I'm going to do... I don't like having 1B copper wire and then 1B copper wire into cables, because the ratios don't come out right. Oops. I'm probably going to end up putting that back again later. Okay, how do I want to do this? Let me survey from above. How much space have I got? Do I want to bring them together? No, I still need 2 constructors, no matter what. I still need 2 constructors. Facing the right direction. God damn you, son of a bitch. I will be so glad when I get... Oh, I don't have reinforced plates. When I get access to the things that you put on your legs, I forget what they're called. I don't have enough screws. Speaking of screws, let's okay, cool. How many have I got? I'm gonna take it to 20. There we go. All right, let me go put this wood, this wood and leaves into their respective storage. Excellent. And yep, wrong thing. There we go. We are in good shape. Huh? I think I screwed up when I had it. should be fine. Yep, there we go. Okay. So you're both going to be wire. We'll go ahead and give you the respective copper ingots. So you're both going to be wire. And then how much you're going to be producing? 30 per minute. Oh, there's a... Hold on a minute. There's a way to do it where I bump it up. Nudge up. No. Vertical nudge. There it is. Page up, page down. Okay. So, we do that. I never did that in my previous playthrough, and I've always regretted not doing it, because I had a bunch of stuff that never quite looked right. But my first playthrough was all about getting to the end of the story. It wasn't about making things pretty. So at the end of the day, I kind of didn't care. Alright. Actually, both of them are going to get fed into storage. So, merger. Really? Okay, then let me change R. Okay. They're producing 30 per minute. I'm then going to put storage down. Like so. This is going to be... I'm going to keep one spool. Okay. I still have to run wire, and trust me, I get that. Okay, so that's... I don't want to keep going up this hill. That's the one thing I don't want to do. So... I'm going to do that, but then I think I'm going to swing this back around. And have the constructor for the cabling go this way. So I'm basically producing 60 per minute in copper wiring right now. What I need now... It needs 60 per minute. Which means I'm not going to get any wiring overflow. So what that says to me is that I need another pair of smelter and constructor. I am going to need to do... like that. I would put one there, but our friend here happens to be in the way. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a blue slug up there. Alright. Smelter. Like that. So that's now taking 90 of the one... Well... It's not really going to work that way, unfortunately, because, yes, this is producing 120, but the belts are only supported up to 60. So, this isn't really going to quite work the way that I want it to until I can unlock belt 2s. Actually, let's take a quick moment here to stop for 2 reasons. One, we can mark this as being complete. We can mark this as being complete. Plenty of solid biofuel. Do I have any more in my inventory? I do not. Okay. Alright, we did not set up... So 0 is done. 1 is done. Tier 2. We did obstacle clearing immediately. It would be Logistics Mark 2 that would get us Conveyor Belt Mark 2. That's really what we need. So, let's see if we can go ahead and unlock it. Let's see if we can go ahead and unlock it. We'll do that one now. 200. There's that. Okay. And then we need that. Okay. I do not have enough. Oh, hold on. Let me just go grab screws. Actually, I can grab some iron plates too while I'm at it. At some point, I do need to go up and get that blue slug, because it is bothering me every time I walk by here. Alright, so we need that, and we need that. In addition, us doing this also will help us modernize the iron when I'm ready to do so as well. Alright. We need another... Actually, I'm going to let this run, and you all can watch this while I go upstairs and feed the dog. Give me a few. I'll be right back. That was good timing. Got back just in time. All right. I'm going to need to craft more. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and craft some more screws here real quick. I can also craft some more iron. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that too, because I've got iron ingots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use up the 60 iron bars. to get more screws. Because although, actually, real quickly, let me go ahead and put this in. There we go. The Mark II belts.
Milestone reached. Fix-It would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient. Don't disappoint Fix-It.
It'll put you on the list. You don't want to be on the list. That way we can immediately turn around and unlock the next thing that I want to unlock, which I'm not sure what that is yet, but... Okay, so there's that. Alright, let me do this. Okay. And then let's do this. The reason why I did all of this is because in order to craft reinforced iron plates, you need iron plates and screws, and I'm going to need more than that in order to do the Mark IIs. Because I'm going to need to do a Mark II from the miner to the splitter, and then the splitters can all be, from the splitters to the smelters can all be Mark Is. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Oh, let's go ahead and see what we're going to do next. Alright, so that was Logistics Mark II. I do want to unlock Resource Sync so that we can get access to some other... Specifically, I want to get access to reinforced... I guess they're just pillars. I'm not sure what Fix-It calls them, but I want to get access to pillars. I want to get access to there's a bunch of things in the awesome shop that I want to get access to. So that, let me see what basic farming requires. Basic farming requires 200 cable. Oh, modular frames and rotors. Oh, we're not getting to farming tonight, because I'm not set up for either one of those. In fact, I have to do part assembly just to unlock them, because they require assemblers. Okay. Alright, so then that needs to be next. That needs to be next. I'm going to need to get a lot more plates, screws, bars, and cables in order to do that. Which means I'm going to have to modernize iron. Modernize and expand. Because I'm going to need production for iron bars, iron plates, iron bars into screws. Then we're going to need, once we unlock the assembler, we're going to be able to set up automation for reinforced iron plates. Then we can set it up for modular frames and for rotors, because it basically takes parts from all of those, except for one of them requires copper sheeting. I don't remember which one. One of them requires copper sheeting. I think it's the rotors. Well, we'll find out, obviously. Alright, we've done that. Let's go... Alright, I'm going to go do two things here real quick. Except for the game's not letting me. Gonna take these trees down. In order to modernize the iron, we're going to have to start using these other veins. So that's one vein. We've got a vein there. There's a vein over there. And then we have the two veins over there. I'm going to have to figure out what the best way is to split. Okay, let me go back over here. I want to finish setting up this copper for right now until we're ready to do copper sheeting, which I know we're not ready to do yet. Okay. We, I think okay. I have a plan. Oop. I have a plan. I don't know that I need... Alright, I want to make this... 3, 4... I want this to be 5. I want the splitter to be 6, 7, 8. Actually, no, I want that to be 0. Splitter, I want 6. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's go craft some more reinforced iron plates. I did not want to remove that, but didn't have a choice. Yeah, I'm probably going to tear down the iron and start over so that we can get both of them running together. Or I may even move everything over to the other two veins because they're a little bit better situated as far as their width apart from each other. The other thing is now that we've unlocked Logistics Mark II, I have the ability to do Mark II belts out of them as well because they're going to produce 120 per minute. Alright, once we get this done... Ooh. Oh, shoot. You need... It's one of the things that always happens to me early on in the game. You get so laser focused on the newest versions of things that you forget that you gotta keep the old versions around too for different reasons. God damn it. Did I do it again? I think I did it again. Huh. Not really sure how I did that, but okay. Now, you know what? Let's do this. Other way. Mark IIs into there. Actually, is that... I just realized. Did I make this a Mark II? There's absolutely no way for me to find out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 120 in, 60 out of each 3, but it only needs 30. And then here, we're going to get rid of you into there. I can't tell if it's lined up or not. I know it always shows up as lined up one way, but not the other. That's good enough. What? Did I do it again? I did it again. That is my biggest problem every time. Alright, so they're both creating copper wire. This is also going to be copper wire. And then we will also feed this into there. Okay. Now it looks clean. Alright, I'm going to move you. Be out more on the edge. And of course I flipped it again. Okay. This is going to be cable. Yeah, so we're getting 90 per minute in copper wire. We need 60, so we'll get the extra overflow that'll store into here. And then maybe at some point we change this to industrial storage So now I just need to put in another storage unit to catch the cable. Then we need to wire it up, and we should be good to go. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do it. Okay. That's already been set up. Okay, let's do the wiring now. Let's go from here. Like so. That should be everybody. That should be everybody. Okay, so we're now producing wire and... Oh, nope. Hold on. Somebody's... And I just realized I powered up the constructors and not the smelters. So that's not going to work. That one's producing. Okay. I'm still missing one pair. Of course I am. Alright, we took power from you. Power went to there. Power went to there. Okay, let's do that. Something's still not quite right. Oh, alright, that's that one. Nope. Everybody's green. Yep, everybody's green. And we are running at 50 production on 180 capacity. So let me go drop off some more fuel. Then we can cross off the modernizing of copper. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of this one set of copper ingots. I'll do the rest of it off stream. And then what have I got cable? Okay, actually, okay, let's see. We need 200 iron bars, 500 screws, 300 iron plates. All right. The screws and the iron plates I should be able to grab directly out of storage. What's that? 356. Grab that. And then there's the screws that I need. Cables are being collected as we speak. Whoa, something just went zipping across. I don't know what that was. You know what I think is actually the smart move right now? Is to go ahead... Oh, there's another blue slug up that way. Is to go start building this iron here while that's over there running. That way I can get things situated for new, because we've got power capacity. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There's two things I need to do right now. Or that I want to do right now. Actually, I guess it's maybe three things that I want to do right now. The first is, let's go ahead and... Oh, I'm going to need another... I'm pretty sure I need... Nope, I have two. Never mind. We're good. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Okay, let's mark this off the list for now. Okay. No, let's start over here. Oh, man. I've got it up so I can't even get to it. There we go. Now, I think this is still going to work. Ooh, I'm almost out of concrete. Holy crap. I didn't think I'd say that anytime soon. Alright, you know what? Foundations, ramp. This is not producing very fast. 60 per minute. Taking 45, that's why. Okay. Come on. Get underneath. There we go. Okay. Oops. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have it facing... Uh-oh. Really? Oh, boy. Well, that sucks. That sucks a big one. Yeah, it would snap too if it could. Yeah, it's not recognizing that there's a resource node there. Yep, there. It needs to be down. Alright. Well, then let's do this. Oops, that's not right. Yeah, these are ones. I don't want ones. Alright, let's see if that works. Nope. Well, crap. Hold on a minute. I've got an idea. Let's bring it this way. That way they can both feed in and have then everything spread out from there. It's not perfect. But if I start it there and bring it down, that might work. Okay. Well, I'm not ready to go all in on this at the moment anyway. So the other thing I really wanted to do is go over to where we found that crystal, which I put it on my map. I know I dropped an icon. I don't know why it's not showing. I'm pretty sure it was this way. There's another blue slug over there, up on that arch. Those are the poisonous plants. Oh, there's a Mercer sphere. I'm trying to find that mushroom patch. Oh, there's soil. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Okay, that wasn't even my hitbox. What? Okay, where did the... Did I pick it up? I must have picked the other one up. Alright, what were they protecting? Because they can't have just been up here for no good reason. Well, there's a big old spider that I don't want any parts of. Oh, there's a downed ship over there. Alright, let me go over here and take a quick look around. Oh, the downshift is way over there. Okay, yeah, it's nowhere near where I am. Yeah, there's the Mercer sphere. I'd really like to get that so that I can go ahead and get the... research underway. I still don't see those mushrooms, though. And you would think, as big as that set of mushrooms was, that I wouldn't have any problems finding it. There's no way... Okay, so I just noticed there is a limestone patch up here. There's no way that they were protecting that. 2 of them for 1 limestone patch? A normal one at that? There's no way. There's another... Oh, that one I saw... Oh, here's some more soil. Oh, yeah, we actually saw that. Alright, let me see if I can go grab... I don't know if I can easily grab this or not. Nope. Oh, crap. Probably going to be easier if I had jetpacks or something. Nope. Oh, damn it. Okay, let me go back over here. I want to see if I can get to that Mercer sphere. And then get down safely. That's the other part of this.
Harvest the scripture. Compose it into a love song. The effigy has no song, only echoes, but it is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
Where? I don't understand how I have managed to lose... Oh, there's another down ship. Oh, it's there. Okay. Is there anything protecting it? Yes! Oh, Lord. I'm so upset at myself that I can't find... wherever that patch of mushrooms is. I thought it was over further to the left. Yeah, that's a big boy. And there's another one of those crystals that I was just talking about. Yeah, I knew he was going to hit me at some point. Okay. he should be at his range by now. It definitely wasn't that way. All right, let me go see what we've got as far as stuff that we've collected now. All right, we can do iron ingots. Let me do this real quick. I do have some more wood. I should have killed that spitter that was near the Mercer Sphere, because I think that's the last alien that I haven't killed yet. No, I haven't killed any spiders. You need one of each in order to unlock the entire tree in the man. That's the reason why I'm saying that. Okay. And then I need iron rods. Okay. Alien. Oh, we already had done that. Huh. Yeah, this is what we found one of these, but I can't seem to figure out where the hell it is. Can't tell what that needs. Yeah, otherwise we still have a lot. Oh no, we did unlock it. Oh, okay. Okay, we did unlock it. I didn't remember unlocking that. Let's put that in there. Oh, I should have put the Mercer Sphere in there too. Oh, crap. There we go. That's better. Much better. Alright, good. Mercer Sphere's in there. Alright, let's go see real quickly if I've got enough cables. To unlock those parts. I do. Excellent. Alright, so that'll unlock parts assembly, get me access to rotors, modular frames. Did I pick up those modular frames? I was trying to. I did. I got 11 of them. Okay, good.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Alright, maybe it was this way. Well, that's another iron deposit. Well, it's not an iron deposit, just iron. That's just a rock. There it is. Found it. Okay. I think...
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Summer Sloop. I can never remember that name to save my life.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of Fixit and head of its R&D department.
There's
There are
another
many
down ship.
theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically resembling a Mobius strip has found its way to both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted named Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
Okay, so we've got a couple of things. All right, let me... Okay, right here. There's another down ship. And then there's another down ship right there. Of course, we got to get down there in order for that to happen. I'm sure there's more than that down there, but I just want to make sure to go ahead and get them marked. All right, now that we've got the Summer Sloop and the Mycelia, Mycelia is important, but I'm trying to remember why. I think it produces the parachute. Okay, that's just limestone. Hi, long-time Satisfactory player, but never messed much with mods. Curious to see how this goes. Thanks for streaming. Thank you very much, Mac. Appreciate it. I'm having a great time so far. We've only gotten access to the wind power. That was available in Tier 1. And then in Tier 2, we got access to farming. But the requirements for it are pretty steep as far as the parts are concerned. So I've got to do some work on my iron production to produce rotors and modular frames in order to be able to get access to farming. So that's what we're getting to work on right now. Or starting to work on right now. Oh, why am I missing... I'm missing a floor. Okay, Mycelia.
The mycelial networks of these fungi possess unusually resilient hyphae, which show potential for making a strong but lightweight natural fabric. Additionally, it has similar medicinal and pest control applications to Mycelia on Earth.
Okay. Yeah, it's used to create cloth, which will then unlock the parachute. Yeah. All right, let's do the Summer Sloop.
Summer sloop analysis completed. Summer sloops are somewhere between battery and conduit, harvesting energy from pockets of space with complete disregard for the rules of the space-time continuum, and distributing it into its connected ecosystem. This energy,
Let the effigies harvest until the waves reach our shores. Consume.
similarities to the hypothetical force of dark energy to potentially be one and the same. It can now be tracked by the object scanner.
Okay, excellent. Except for I haven't unlocked the object scanner. Alright, we can't do anything here. What else? Let's see. Mycelia, what do we need? I need 100 biomass, which should not be a problem.
Research completed. Fabric recipe unlocked. New mycelia research available.
Alright, so there's the parachute, which means I need to craft the cloth, the fabric. I also, of course, want to get the inventory upgrade. Oh god, 100 rotors. 100 rotors. Not there, not there. Oh, I didn't remember biomass being needed for fabric. But, okay. Alright, there's... of course I need cables. I will be so glad when I get access to the pocket dimensions. That's not going to be for a while, unfortunately. Oh no, it's here.
Parachute unlocked. Fix-It appreciates your willingness to descend
Stairs.
rapidly to perform your duties, but damaging Fix-It property is a breach of contract and will have unpleasant consequences. Improve descent efficiency by combining the forces of gravity and drag with a parachute.
And that requires the polymer resin, which we haven't found it. Well, we haven't been able to we haven't found oil yet. Alright, so 50 to produce the 100 and the 100 rotors to get the inventory slots. That's not terribly important right now. I should be able to... I need 6 more... Okay. I never did produce the object scanner either. Okay. Alright, let's go get 6 more cloth. I at least have the parachute. Oh, I need more biomass. Okay. Alright, that's done. Alright. So we've done parts assembly, topsoil clearing. I'm not worried about junk pads. I can get all of the resource sink stuff with everything that I have now, or I go to basic farming where I need rotors and modular frames being produced. I really would like to get there. Will these mods affect alternate recipes? They should not. I specifically chose mods that were additive and that were not going to change basic gameplay. The only thing, so for example, even the power mod that I added, it adds new power types, which to be completely honest, should have been in the game from the beginning, such as wind and solar, and water. I think water is actually available for power now with this mod as well. And then farming is new. The pipe one that I chose was one that adds new pipe splitters. So different types of pipe splitters rather than just the four-way that we always get, which, by the way, is broken, is very, very badly designed. In any case, no, everything should be additive. There is a mod set called Smart, I think, that is supposed to basically rewrite everything. So you have to go through step by step by step because everything is basically rewritten. Every recipe is rewritten. It's like a complete and utter overhaul. I don't know that that's a mod set I'm ever going to want to do, but I know a lot of people have been very impressed with it. Let's go ahead and get the resource sink in, because I'm not going to get farming in tonight, because I'm probably going to call it here in a little while. But let's go ahead and get the awesome sink taken care of. Alright, so I should be able to do that. I need 200 iron bars, 200 iron plates, and 400 concrete. Concrete's over here. The iron bars are going to be a problem. I'm going to probably have to get one of the new iron facilities up and running because I'm not ready to tear this one down yet. I don't need the screws. Are they going straight? They're all going straight in. This one is there. There's a 100 there. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Crap, crap, crap. Okay. Alright, good. Now I don't have to worry about doing that. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. That's already done. There's that. There's that. Okay.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Alright, I'm actually gonna... I am going to change you. And we're going to put you this way instead. There we go. Now we got a little bit better spacing. Alright. Awesome shop. Actually, let's do this. That's right, you've got to feed it. You've got to feed it. Okay. I also have to power it. How much does it need? It doesn't... I thought it always said how much power it needed. 40? Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, then I've got plenty. I should be able to run right from there. Yeah, I didn't think I could actually... Alright, first of all, let's drop that in there. And we'll drop that in there. That in there. That in there. Okay. Create some protein. And then I think I need to research. Good. This was how I got all of my awesome points in my first run. Is I used
Research
alien
completed.
DNA capsules.
Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for fix-it coupons at the Awesome Sink.
Yep.
We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
Not my game, but why drop those items? I didn't drop them, I just put them into storage. Because I can't use them at the moment. I put them in that personal locker box. I only carry on me what I can actually use. I'm very particular about that. Especially this early in the game. Okay. Oop, that's not what I wanted. 5 and 100. That unlocks the rebar gun. This and 1,000 gets me 6 inventory slots. That gets me an extra hand slot. And then that allows me to scan for enemies. Thought you were about to put Mercer Sphere and slugs into the sink. No, 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 no. No. No, God, no. God, no. I did end up with a lot of extra power shards in my first run, so there is a thought process where you could start to put power shards potentially into the Awesome Sink. But no, definitely not. Alright, yeah, you can also see there's a new research tree as part of the power mod that I put in. Alright, what do I want to do before I wrap it for the night? I've got enough. I'm not going to... The problem is I'm not going to get any awesome points tonight, more than likely. Am I able to craft alien DNA? I should be able to now. Is it 1 for 1? Yeah, it's 1 for 1. Okay. They do give you a lot, though. I don't care about the boombox. I do definitely want the conveyor lift hole and the wall power outlets as soon as possible. So that's 4 tickets. This all can wait. That I'd never even bothered using, although I made this run. I may actually use copper or a different foundation type. I want to do something a little bit different than I did in my first run. I don't need to unlock any of this yet. Although I will want to because I absolutely love windows. This is what I want. The ladder, that's another 3, so that's 7. This is a mod, by the way. Linear motion single post. So they implemented a new type of raise instead of just the personnel elevator, which I thought was very limiting. You actually now have these linear motions, which you can actually use for the movement of parts up and down. I haven't obviously tested it yet, but... And then I want the pillar set as well. Probably the concrete pillar set, so that's another 2. So that's 9 points I need total. Or 9 tickets I need total right now. Yeah, I don't care about the coffee cup. Okay. I need 9 tickets. Let's craft, because I only need 3 for the one... I only need 3. So let's craft 3 alien DNAs. 2, 3. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm gonna have to have a freaking storage, which really sucks. Actually, let's do this. All right, let's see what this gives us. Three. Okay. Well, I mean, that's 3. I do need to fix this, too. At some point. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Alright, let me see if I have enough cabling to do the inventory slot expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. Excellent. Nice. Okay.
Pocket dimension significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon, analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien DNA to achieve this. We are all doing our part for Fix-It.
Oh, there's another Mercer sphere. I actually didn't see that. I hadn't seen that one. And I hadn't seen the pink slug that's up there at the very top of a... I don't know how the hell anyone's getting to that. Holy crap. Anyway, alright, let's go ahead and choose... Yeah, let's go ahead and choose basic farmer buildings as the next milestone. So we need to set up modular frames and rotors. And I do not have either one of those currently being crafted in any way, shape, or form. And I know that they both require assemblers. One of them requires, if I remember correctly, modular. They may both require reinforced iron plates. Which means iron plates, iron bars, screws for them. And then I don't remember... Let me go over here. For shits and giggles, I don't know that I can actually craft... Oh no, I need... I have to craft rotors. Oh, that's right, I have the ability to... Okay, rotors is iron bars and screws. Okay, that one's fairly straightforward. Reinforced iron plates is iron plates and screws. So we're gonna need a lot of screws. And then the other one was modular frames. Reinforced iron plates and screws. How do I want... I may... I gotta think about how I want to do this. Because what I'm thinking about is putting... I guess it would... Hold on a minute. Let me actually find out for certain, because I'm not 100% sure. I don't have any... I can't believe I don't have any copper wire on me. I guess I used it all. Pocket dimensions, people. It's all about getting to pocket dimensions as quickly as is humanly possible. Or as quickly as the game will allow you to. I'm going to go ahead and grab another couple of hundred so that I can go ahead and get that done. Oh, hold on a minute. I can go find out up here. Alright, these are 30 per minute. They're 1 for 1. So that's 4 smelters. Four smelters per... 2 splitters per. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to extend this factory out 1 row, put in the 8 smelters, feeding everything from the 2 miners in, and then I'm going to send all of the iron ingots up a level to craft the smart plate, or the iron plates, the iron rods, then send all of that up another level to do screws and so on, and until I have everything the way that I need it. One of the things that I did in my first run is I ended up trying to do too much on one level, and it became a little confusing on certain factories. But as I've said before, in that run, I was also more focused on just getting things done. All right, let's see. To get to the end of the game. Any idea when you'll be streaming again? I'm curious to see how these mods play out. Not here to backseat drive, but have about 4,500 hours in Game of Health. Holy shit. So my schedule is 4 days a week, but I'm playing 3 games right now. So Mondays are, at the moment, Diablo 4 Hardcore Run, of which I'm doing with the Warlock class. I'm doing Satisfactory on Wednesdays, and then I'm doing Clair Obscure Expedition 33 on the weekends. Either Friday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, depending upon how my schedule works out. But all of it's, of course, available on the channel, so you'll always be able to come back if you happen to miss or you weren't available when I do the streams. But right now I'm doing Satisfactory on Wednesdays. I guess the best thing is to do metal pillars until I can unlock the concrete foundations. And then let me go put my remaining soul little ticket. Actually, hold on a minute. Wasn't there something that I wanted for 1 ticket? Yeah, conveyor. I'm going to need that before I need the power thoughts. The wall power. Because this will allow me to go up without the need for walls of any kind. Well, Mac, it was great having you around. I definitely appreciate it. I know that my 250 hours pales in comparison to your 4,500, so I'm always willing to learn about something new that I haven't picked up on. Matter of fact, there was a commenter in my first run, which, by the way, there's a playlist for my first run if you ever want to take a look at it. I didn't find out about zooping until I was 75 hours into my first run. My first 1.0 run, because I did play about 20 plus hours of early access, but once I figured out that I was in, I put it aside until 1.0 came out. But yeah, I didn't even know what zooping was until somebody put it into one of the comments, and it was like episode 76 or 77, something like that, and it completely changed how I did all my builds. I never did blueprints, though. That was one thing I never did in my first run. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this time or not. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I think this is a perfect place. Oh, let me go drop off the cables that I went and picked up. So that that's done. Okay. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave off. I will pick up from here next Wednesday with the new Iron Factory run, or Iron Factory build. We'll focus on that and get ourselves producing modular frames, get ourselves producing rotors, and then eventually smart plating, because of course that's what's needed for moving on to the next set of tiers. Well, I'm a power efficiency freak, so if you want to squeeze blood from a turnip and a few other things, I'll be glad. That would be fantastic. I wish you had been around during my first run because, man, I agonized over aluminum. Aluminum drove me bonkers. I finally figured it out at like episode 105 of 120, and I was really glad that I did. But man, I agonized over aluminum because one of the things that I struggled with for aluminum was because of where I started the game in that first run. I didn't have access to some of the materials, and I didn't have nearly all of the alternate recipes that everyone was talking about. They're like, "Oh, the meta for doing aluminum is this alternate recipe," and I'm like, "But I don't have that alternate recipe." So I had to go off of the base recipe for aluminum, which requires crystal, and crystal was just nowhere to be found. So I ended up putting it all together, and it was a pain in the ass, but I did finally get it working. Wish I had had you then. Anyway, okay, I'm going to call it here. Everyone have a great rest of your night, a good continuation of your week. I'll be back on Friday for some more Clear Obscure Expedition 33. There's an easy way without alternates. Oh, you're going to have to... I'll have to try and remember to ask you next week. Or you can put it in the comments later, either one. In either case, have a great night. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.